Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant
What's going on, guys and girls? How are you? Repeat back with you. It's been a long week of travel, but I am back. It's another Monday night. That means it's time for the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series. And tonight, the guys and girls are coming live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're talking about the Legacy Atlanta. We're not talking about the miniature juggernaut that is now the Super Speedway Atlanta Motor Speedway. Definitely hope that you're in for a pretty good show. Last week was a bit of a caution fest at a pretty difficult track for a lot of very loose cars. This week, it's all right back in the hands of the drivers, and I talked to a few of them. They're absolutely ready. Qualifying now getting underway, so let's go ahead and clear the boards. We'll go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon and try to catch up with some guys and girls as they're ready to tackle the track. Looks like first up, I see the one and only Byron Jones in his number 3 Patriot Esports Jones Paint and Designs number 3 Ford Mustang GT. And man, it's going to be one hell of a race again. Welcome back, everybody, whether you're out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or iRock TV through your favorite Roku streaming device. It's going to be a lot of fun. 45 drivers out here tonight, if I'm not mistaken, which means 2 are going to go home. And I was kind of glad to see this number 3 light up somewhat first to take his time, because he is one of the guys without that proverbial charter to where he's automatically locked in. So Byron Jones has to hope that he can come on out here and lay a bad fast lap, work his way on up that scoring pylon, and make his way into the race. So far, you definitely see him all the way down on that white line, trying to do everything that he possibly can, including letting it wash up all the way towards that outside wall. Come on back down in turns 3 and 4 right here. This is his money lap. Looks like maybe he's a little tight. Not quite able to get it down. Able to get a little bit more wheel into it. Again, let it wash up. Come on back down. Just cut that grass a little bit across the stripe. And so far, it looks like Byron Jones would be P2. Matt O'Brien, P number 1. How about we check in with the 63 now of Evan Knopp in his pitch bank. Looks like Toyota TRD Camry as he comes across the line. That's going to go ahead and put him just a little bit further up. Tom Harmon right now, just the one that just went plaid, running a 30.92, so the fastest man in town so far. Tom Harmon in his machine. Eliza Bethel also just went to P number 2. Here's that 43. Let's work our way on down. Catch up with a couple of other bad fast guys. How about the 91 of Sean Blanchard in his swag.biz machine? I tell you, this guy, he did some shirts for the winner of Daytona. From what I hear, the initial idea of the shirt actually looks really good. So looking forward to seeing what he can possibly do as he puts his machine P19. A little bit further in the back, talking about the 39 A-game, looks like Mustang GT for Jacob Palmer. Right now sitting P29 on his lap. Stratus out there says, good luck in the booth tonight, Pete. Stratus, good luck up there in the admin stand. I'm sure you're going to call one hell of a race from your side. How about the one and only Jeff No? Looks like Mr. No is said and done. So how about we catch up with this Florida Camaro for the one and only John Honeycutt. It looks like he is done. So far, it's going to be P29 for him. Mr. Holzer out here on track in his number 17 EMGG machine. He just was able to crawl out onto track. Looks like Holzer is just going to kind of crawl and start a little bit further in the back. So we'll move on up to his teammate, the number 25 of Ryan Crooks. This is his get up to speed lap. You see him all the way up on the high side. High, wide, and handsome, like old Mr. Harry Gant from back in the day. Going to cut it on in, come across the line. This will be his burner lap. Let's see what he can do. Still in that middle line, so not quite, he may not feel quite steady in that machine just yet. Maybe a little afraid to turn in, but we'll see what he can do on his second lap. So far, everybody else that we've seen really got it down to the white line or as close to it as possible. Crooks so far, he is a chartered car, so he will race. Crooks, he's going to go ahead and jump up to P13 for Ryan Crooks so far. How about Rivers Jones? He is one of the guys that's got to go or go home, getting a little loose. Can he save it? Yes, he did. Come on up, get back, grab another gear, get going in this this Mountain Dew machine, number 44. Him and Andrew Sanford are the only ones so far that have not yet posted a time. So far, 44 guys have posted time, which means now 3 cars will go home. This is Rivers Jones's. That's a rough one. Rivers Jones's. Speed, and looks like he actually is not going to be able to go ahead and complete a lap. So let's see how they go, as they've got 10 minutes now of just a little bit of a warm-up session. So what do you say? I'm pretty sure in practice Nate Mon was the fastest man in town there. We'll go ahead and clear the boards, and I believe Nate Mon, again, was the fastest man in town for practice. Let's go ahead and pull that up and show you what that all looked like. Nate Mon, again, top of the boards. Austin Collins in his 00, old buckshot numbers, was P2. Matt O'Brien in his 43 was P3. Tom Flickcroft, he's running a Easter scheme, believe it or not. He traded in the Mountain Dew and Amp Energy scheme that he normally runs for some yellow peeps. So he says, I'll have to catch up with old Tom Flitty here in just a little bit. But right now he was fast. He was 4th fastest in practice. Frank Winnisett in his number 20 Yahoo machine, he was P5. Ryan Crooks, that we just saw a moment ago, he was P6 in practice. John Osborne, Jimmy Cocker, Tom Harmon, and Andrew Wisdom, which right now he's actually driving a little under the weather. So definitely all my best out to Andrew. If Andrew is actually up towards the front during a caution, or if he happens to get to the pole or whatever, I will not be moving on over or pulling him up to the booth. He's almost got no voice, so we're gonna leave him be. Well, behind Andrew Wisdom, you're going to have Brendan Book in his number 5. He was P11. Brody Falliker in that number 1, sitting P12. Evan Knopp, P13. We'll have to see if that's unlucky. The man's been fast so far this season. Brian Pizzichemi in his number 78 was P14. Eliza Bethel right about a quarter of or a third of the way through the field right now, was sitting P15 in practice, less than a tenth behind the leader, so doing pretty well. You can actually see all those times on the right hand side. Those are extremely tight. You don't see a tenth gap between the leader and P15. P16 though, Cody Kalinka in the 79, he was 16th on the scoring charts. Zach Deutscher and then Francis Hamilton, and we'll try to go ahead and take a look at the rest of the field as soon as this decides it wants to play well with others. There we go. So, yeah, Francis Hamilton. Then you had Derek Hilker, Jordan McGraw, old J-Mac himself. Jose Ruiz in his number 23 was 21st. P.J. O'Leary in his 24, he was 22nd. Micah, a man that's you've got to look out for every single week. He was 23rd. 24th was Sean Blanchard in his swag.biz machine, with Mike DeWalt in his number 19 DeWalt car. 25th. 26th, Byron Jones in his number 3. John Honeycutt a little bit further in the back than what he's normally used to in his number 50. 27th. 28th was Matt Burgess. We continue on through the field. Mark Morton, Andrew Sanford, Duncan O'Connor, Matt Gale, Joseph Berg, Jeff No, the name you know, Jeremy Kramer, Rob Newman, Chuck Cody, Maxwell Castro, Jeff No, good guy, stout whiskey from back in the day. Absolutely love that guy. And then here is the rest of your field. And again, 3 people will go home. You see James Holzer down there. He will not go home. He is a chartered car, so he's good to go. But we left off Philip Bridgman, Dylan Robb, Oscar Henson, Jacob Palmer, Ryan McCall, Charles Kramer, Holzer, and then Rivers Jones. Holzer again, no time. And also Jones, no time. So I'm almost positive that Rivers will be one of the cars to go home. It'll be interesting to see which two join him when it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and empty this out. Let's go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon so you can see who's fastest so far in town during this practice session. So far, Falker in that number one, fastest going around. Let's see. Mao, I got your message. I think that's something that has to be done through the admins. I can't actually change that. Rangers, we're about to find out what the pole lap was here in just a little bit. But I can show you. I may be able to find out. Let's see. Let me go ahead and clear everything out here right quick. Let's see. Looks like Tom Harmon was fastest with a 30.916. So just pretty close. You see a whole lot of zeros behind him. So yeah, 30.9. All right. 93, taking the scenic route back to track. Austin Collins, it looks like he's joining. Got stuck behind the Jersey barriers. Again, yeah, those guys doing all that, they're gonna wish that they had these laps back. There we go. But yeah, how about this? Rocking a number 8 Peeps machine. Never would have pictured the man rocking a Pepsi's Peeps car for Tom Flitcroft. But hey, whatever. It's all about having fun and racing what you love, right? All right. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and double check your sounds. Make sure that you're getting the sound of these beasts to their full potential. There you go. Now you got the sounds of these monsters. Number 8 Peeps. There you go. Why not? Again, so Atlanta Motor Speedway on tap, and again, this is the Legacy Atlanta, not the Super Speedway, so it does put it all right back in the hands of the drivers. Going to be interesting to see how they all do. Again, another 1.5 mile cookie cutter style track with the tri-oval in the middle, and man, it's going to be one hell of a time. Like it says up top, Shake and Bake season number 2 from Hotlanta. And as always, welcome race fans, no matter what you're out there on, whether it's Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or your favorite Roku streaming device, whether it's a TV or the little streaming box itself, go on over to streams and look for the icon that you see there, or type in or search out the icon that you see there on the bottom right hand side, iRock TV. The entire series is sponsored by iRock. And we definitely appreciate everything that they do, not only here, but every single night of the week. Why not, Peeps? Exactly. Why not, Peeps? Why not, Peeps? Me personally, that just the sugar rush alone gives me a monster headache. But hey, Tom is absolutely unique. He is allowed to run whatever he wants. All right. So as you can see, just a little under a minute and a half left in this warm-up session. During this warm-up session, those that were unable to make the race due to qualifying time were notified by the admins. and we'll have to see how the rest of the race rolls. So, obviously, I know with the EMGG watch party out there, you probably got Maze out there, you got Mao or Moustresses, as they like to tease each other with. I'm not sure if Charizard's out there, or Hex Moon, or Danny Bananas, or whoever. Definitely appreciate all their support week in and week out. Everything in moderation. Absolutely. Everything in moderation. Here's the 36 of Chuck Cody. Looks like he's a little bit further down on the scoring pylon as far as this practice goes. Jeff No right now sitting about P24. Hamilton P9. Allard P8. Jimmy Cocker, and I can't wait to show you this number 31 Virginia Tech machine that he's got going for this week. Beautiful looking car. 23 of Ruiz. Evan Knoppen at 63, sitting P5. Holzer P4 after not posting a qualifying lap. The 8 of old Mr. Flitcroft. P3. Nate Mon, who's fastest in practice, is right now P2. And Brody Falliker in his number 1, sitting P1. All right, so this practice is just about up. We're going to go ahead and clear the boards again. All drivers are being called back, and there we go. Charizard says, hey everyone, how's it going? Charizard, we are doing great. Definitely hope you are. Thanks for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up. Definitely looking forward to you keeping me and everybody else company all race long. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up your qualifying grid one more time. So this is the way we are going to roll. Tom Harmon again with a 30.916 to grab the pole. Good job, Tom. Then John Osborne, P number 2. Evan Knopp, P3 with Nate Mon to his outside. Again, the guy that was fastest in the initial practice. Tom Flitcroft in that Peeps number 8 is going to sit P5. To round out row number 3, it's going to be Eliza Bethel. Great lap for her in her Team FTR number 64, sitting P6. P7 is going to be Brody Falliker in that number 1, who was just fastest in that warm-up session. Cody Kalinka in the 79, sitting P8. P9 is going to be Matt O'Brien with Jimmy Cocker in that Virginia Tech number 31, sitting P10 to round out row number 5. Row 6 is going to be Mike DeWalt in that DeWalt number 19 with Joseph Berg to his outside. And as we go through the rest of your field, Ryan Crooks P13 in his 25 with Byron Jones to his outside. Good to see Byron was able to make the race. Double O of Austin Collins sitting P15 with Francis Hamilton P16, as you see the guys pulling out onto track. P17 is going to be Maxwell Castro in that number 27 with Andrew Wisdom in his 15, sitting P18 for row 9. Row 10, Jose Ruiz in the 23 with the 21 Zach Deutscher sitting P20. 21st, Matt Burgess in his 12 with the 91 sitting 22nd for Sean Blanchard. And to round out your top 12 rows, Frank Winnestead in his 20 and Duncan O'Connor in his deuce sitting P24. All right, so let's go ahead and empty this out. Let's go ahead and get back up with our drivers as we'll go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon and everything else. Wyatt's dad says, I live 30 minutes from Virginia Tech. Well, I'm definitely going to show you this amazing paint scheme that he came out with tonight. A beautiful, beautiful looking car. Let's just say it's all back in black. All right, so you see them coming off turn number 4, and you see Barney, the flag man. He's got the flag in his hand. Green flag's out. Let's go racing. All right, so it looks like Tom Osborne is going to easily be able to come across and lead the first lap, grab a point, and put that 68 Avril Lavigne machine to the top. Evan Knopp right now in that number 63 Toyota sitting P number 2 as we are 3 wide, just a little bit further back with the double deuce of Nate Mon in the middle. His spotters all kinds of busy right now as they come down the backstretch. Still 2 and 3 wide in a few various spots. Nobody right now having anything for Tom Harmon. He's got to make sure that he pushes, but don't push till you got no more. With this track, they can go about 50 laps on a tank of fuel. The tires, however, that is a completely different story. They will not be able to go that far. Great battle, though, here in the middle. Let's check back in a little bit further back. How about Joseph Berg? In his number 93 Chevy Camaro. There you see him mid-pack. He's going to flash on by, up high, wide, and handsome. He's got the 3 of Byron Jones right behind. You also see the 48 Tigers machine down low, as well as that 15 of Andrew Wisdom. So a lot of guys really pacing themselves right now. Nobody's really pushing it. Everybody, as they're going to go 3 wide again. And, almost making a little bit of contact. There we are. Right through, all the way through. Able to hold on to it. Looks like 17 might tag the wall just a little bit. We're going to have caution. Number 1 here fly in just a moment. Maybe they're off track. That was Andrew Wisdom that went around. There's the caution. So we saw that happen in live time, but let's actually take a step back and see exactly how Andrew got hooked. All right, let's go ahead and switch this on over to our handy-dandy chase cam. There you see he's on the bottom, got 79 nationwide machine up high, and let's play this out. 93 in the middle. Oh, just no bueno. 21 looks like he had just a little bit of an issue. 21 is going to be Zach Deutscher. So we're actually going to go ahead and rewind that right from there and see exactly what happens. Did the 21 get loose up off the corner and checked up to where it caused Andrew Wisdom to hook him? Or let's play this again. Yeah, a little bit too far on the apron. Wanted to keep it off of the 25. Had to check up. 15 ended up hooking him. Deutscher goes around and still trying to save it. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so it's way too early for anybody to come on down pit road. Actually, I take that back. It looks like our leader, Tom Harmon, came in. So did Brendan Book, Sean Blanchard, James Holzer, Matt Burgess, Mike Allard, PJ O'Leary, and others. So they're going to hand the lead over to Evan Knopp. Here he is in this Mountain Dew pitch black machine. Let's see if maybe we can get a quick word with Evan. I haven't been able to chat with him as of late, but let's see if he is around. I believe usually I can find him. Unless he's going to make a liar out of me tonight. And looks like he is. So how about our favorite buddy? Let's see if we can't dial him up. Oh, Tom! It's repeat up in the booth. But you got a copy in that 8 Peeps machine. Giving a little bit of a break to the Mountain Dew colors tonight. How are you, buddy?
Oh man, we're doing good. We're gonna crush some Peeps tonight after this race.
Man, I tell you, of course, your parents always out there in chat enjoying the race. A lot of people came down. What is the strategy to pitting early versus staying out right now, sir?
I think Harmon and a couple other guys just wanted to top off on fuel, but I'm okay with the track position for now, so I'll just kind of let it ride and see what happens from here.
All right, buddy, I'll get you back on down to C Motorsports. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up. That is a beautiful looking ride, sir.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you.
You got it. All right, so that is that. They are on the backstretch, as you can see there by the track map on the bottom right-hand side. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do. Hey, Pete Mobile. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. All right, going into turns 3 and 4, everybody back, double file, all the way back. And it's always amazing when your family's out there to cheer you on, and you know it. It makes you want to do an extra great job. Tom's already a really good driver, as that pace car is going to go ahead and pull off Green flag's back up.
Green, green, green.
Field's in view. Let's go. All right, so it's Evan Knopp's turn to go ahead and lead a lap, grab a point, although he would have led the lap just under caution itself, but it's always great to know when you've got the speed to be able to do it as well. So this is where you generally back it down a little bit, conserve your race pace, conserve your right front. You don't want to wear it out too early, especially here at Legacy Atlanta. You know, the Atlanta Super Speedway track, you could just go almost all out every lap. You do have to check up a little bit, kind of like you would at Daytona or Talladega, but for the most part, you're very, very heavy on that throttle. Let's go back just a little bit, catch up with Francis Hamilton in his number 48 Tigers machine. Right now, this is P14 that we're looking at. Again, just about third of the way through the field. Really just trying to get single file all the way through. See one car get a little loose. We're going to have a wreck a little bit further in the back. And I believe that wasn't the 36. He had to dive and duck just a little bit, but it looks like maybe Ryan McCall or Zach Deutscher. Let's play along here and see where we go. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Is it the 21 again? Let's find out. All right, so this is already after the cautions. Let's go ahead and rewind off of him. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop it. I don't see anything right around there, so I'm not quite sure what this caution is for. We did see one car go around, but it didn't really look like he collected anybody, and it was down on the apron, so that might have been the race admin's choice to throw out the caution. Can't be 100% sure, but let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so a few more choosing to go on down pit road. That is going to cycle out the field just a little bit. Evan Knopp's going to go ahead and stay out. Tom Flitcroft's going to stay P number 2, and that's going to put Brody Falliker in P number 3 right now. So let's see if we can get a hold of Brody and maybe ask him same thing. You know, why not go on down to top off, or just not his strategy. All right, Brody Falliker down there in Team HPRL. Let's go ahead and bring Brody on up to the booth. Brody, it's repeat up in the booth, but you got a copy in that number 1 machine.
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Brody, you were fastest in that warm-up session for about a good old 10 minutes, so you definitely have some speed in this Hennessy Performance Camaro. How you feeling about the race so far?
You know, I'm just trying to, log laps, take it easy, but keep getting some cautions. I'm trying to get a long run going on. I feel like that's when my car is going to really come alive.
Well, yeah, man, it's going to be. It looks like you got a little Herbie the Love Bug stripe going down the center of your car. Not quite sure if that's exactly it or not, but kind of what it looks like. But as always, I believe it's you and one other that have the Hennessy colors on your machines. Who is your actual teammate out there?
Well, the person that has the same scheme as me is Francis Hamilton.
That's right. There we go.
Where he is. Yes. Yep. I'm not sure where he is in the pack. And my other 2 teammates for Team HPRL are Dylan Robb and Jimmy Cocker.
There you go. I'm still waiting for the opportunity to go on back to Jimmy Cocker's Virginia Tech number 31. But yeah, looks like he is P13 right now when it comes to Francis Hamilton. So it'll be interesting to see how he moves his way on up through the field. So far, a lot of guys still right where they started. Francis so far sitting P13 up 3 spots. But I see you're getting double file back up. I'll get you back down to Team HPRL. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up. And, man, go get them.
Thank you.
You got it, buddy. All right, so that was Brody Fowler, again, the fastest man in that that 10-minute speed session that we had to warm up and get used to the track. We're gonna, come off turn number 4 and get ready to roll one more time. So that was caution number 2 on the evening. Ready to let these guys rock and roll one more time. Green flag's out again. Let's go. All right, that was everybody off of turns 3 and 4. And man, they are absolutely screaming about mid-pack again. Look at this 3 wide. You see that that Nationwide machine all the way down low. You see Mike DeWalt there in that number 19 DeWalt machine. They're still side by side. So they choose to go ahead and even it out just a little bit. John Osborne back here in this number 81 Woody's machine. With the deuce right inside. That's going to be Duncan O'Connor, one of the lone Canadians in the field. Him and Philip Bridgman, representing Team Canada here from Atlanta. So always a lot of fun when we get out here, get going, and get down, get dirty, get racing. The field absolutely getting a little drawn out now. Everybody through turns 3 and 4, again keeping up with the track map on your bottom right hand side of your screen. And again, whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or iRock TV through your favorite Roku device, thank you, and welcome to the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series presented by iRock TV. This is from the side of Micah Allard right now, as it looks like Scoring Pylon's having just a little bit of an issue. But yeah, Micah right now sitting P30, already up 12 spots, and trying to do everything that he can to hold on to positions. I mean, he's moving his way up through the field. He's a very, very strong racer, up towards the front every time we come to complete one of these races. James Sellers says, what's up, Repeat? Good to see you, James, man. Thanks for coming out, hanging out. Definitely looking forward to this full race. Again, only working lap 19 of 100, now lap 20 rather, of 115 laps here from the Legacy Atlanta Motor Speedway, putting it right back into the hands of the drivers versus the Super Speedway, where it's you've got to wait for those holes to open up. Where here, it's all about controlling your pace, controlling your right front, and maybe even saving just a little bit of gas. Speaking of saving a little bit of gas, let's see if we can go back. I don't recall talking about the 78. Where is Tyler Dohar? You know what? Did he miss tonight's race? I do not see Dohar out here anywhere. No, he's actually not out here on track. So very, very unfortunate for Tyler. But if we go back up front, we've got a new... No, we don't. It was just the scoring program having just a little bit of an issue. But how about this? Tom Flitcroft up to the lead as he makes the pass. Let's see if we can find out exactly how that happened. Where is it? It's going to be just a little bit further back. That ain't it. I'm trying to find how he was able to take the lead away. with all the passes and action going on just a little bit further in the back. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a search for me, but I'm gonna try to find it. It's not gonna matter right now. He's falling back to P3, putting the 63 of Evan Knopp back up into the lead, but he's still got to be very, very happy that he was able to get on up there, lead a lap, grab a point in that Pepsi Peeps machine. But yeah, Evan Knopp in this 63 Toyota, now leading. Brody Falker, Matt O'Brien, last season ran the Cloud 9 number 20. This season he's rocking the famed number 43. He's up 6 spots so far, P3. Nate Mon back to P4, right where he started. Tom Flitcroft, P5, also right where he started. And how about Eliza Bethel, right now sitting in P number 6, also right where she started in this IT Defenses Team FTR number 64. So I said I wanted to show you Jimmy Cocker's number 31. Let's actually go ahead and get up close and personal with this machine right now. There it is. And see if we can actually go back to the rear of this machine. But yeah, he's bringing it all back in black. Let me get around to the chase. There you go. Exit light, enter night. You should know if you're any kind of a Metallica fan. Exit light. Yeah, there you go. I promise I won't make your ears bleed. But there you go. Yeah, absolutely amazing looking number 31 Virginia Tech machine for Jimmy Cocker. Definitely appreciate him for taking the time and the effort to build this car. That is absolutely beautiful. He's got the Nike swoosh on the hood. VT adorning every bit of this car, all blacked out. Again, exit light, enter night. There you go. What a scheme, says Wyatt's dad. Couldn't agree more. How about John Honeycutt a little bit further back in this Florida number 50 machine? So far up 21 spots, sitting P number 9 and doing one hell of a job. Continues to work his way through. But Evan Knopp still leading the way. What do you say we go ahead and crank it up? Maybe not. Brody Falker around the outside. He's going to go ahead and take a run and be able to work his way on around Evan in his 63 Toyota. So put Brody Falker in this number 1 back to the point. He was fastest in the 10-minute warm-up session just before he went green. Going to show that was no fluke. So what do you say we jump on board with this number 1, take a couple laps around Atlanta Motor Speedway and see exactly how he's getting it done, where he's carrying that speed. As you see, Evan Knopp, Matt O'Brien, Nate Mon, and Tom Flitcroft right behind him. Well, let's jump into the cockpit. Let's take a couple laps. Let's go. Crank it up. All right, so while there's no rain in iRacing yet, I might add, you definitely see where the track has just all of a sudden turned gray. We are now under complete cloud cover. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at the weather, see how we're looking right now. Looks like we got an 84-degree air temp and a 108-degree track temp right now. So that's going to come down a little bit. If we stay under cloud cover, they're going to get more grip. The cars are going to tighten up just a little bit, and we might see just a little bit more out of them. But so far, we've had about 3 cautions working pretty well so far. Not too much. Not too much of a wind, about a 6 mile per hour, 7 mile per hour gust so far, and very, very light, to no precipitation, just about a 40% chance, partly cloudy, and yeah, we'll keep an eye on that track temps, especially 108 degrees right now. We'll come back later, check it out, see if that changes whatsoever. But 84-degree air temp, it's got to feel pretty good inside the cockpit of these machines as they continue to make their revolutions around this 1.5 mile speedway in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so let's see here. Let's continue to work our way through just a little bit. Again, now Brody Falker still leading. Let's drop back a bit to about P8, where we got a little bit more of a competition. 48 and others, really a lot of single file, and it's pretty much what it's going to be for a little bit until the tires start to wear just a little bit more. But the racing is absolutely phenomenal. Let's go back even more, back to Maxwell Castro, and even behind him, how about back to James Holzer? Right now, he's leading this pack a little bit further in the back. So far, up 28 spots, sitting P16 in his number 17 EMGG machine. These are the kind of tracks that Holzer absolutely loves. The tracks that it's in the tires, it's in the driver's hands, where they've got to conserve tires and just a little bit of fuel. So we'll see what Holzer's able to do as the race goes on. But right behind him in that number 5 machine is going to be Brendan Book. And then Jordan McGraw, Tom Harmon, Zach Deutscher, Andrew Wisdom, Jose Ruiz, Ryan McCall, Andrew Sanford, and Micah Allard going back to P25. Good battle right here. 37 down low, 61 of Allard. He's going to be able to go ahead and get right back into gas. You see the deuce back there of Duncan O'Connor just kind of getting in line. Ride right behind some of the faster guys. If they catch you and they pass you, obviously they're a little bit faster. Or you're thinking to yourself, you know what, you go ahead, you burn up your stuff, I'll see you in a couple laps. But for the most part, with the strength of field right around 3K here in the Shake and Make iRacing Cup Series, most of the people here know what they're doing. Now 61 down low, 30 Shaboom machine for Ryan McCall. He was outside, he's going to fall behind since the 61 was able to get back in the throttle just a second sooner. Here you see another little battle between Jose Ruiz and Zach Deutscher in his Aerokinetics number 21 Ford Mustang GT. Looks like 23 is going to be able to go ahead and extend on that. Couple spots ahead, you see the 15 of Andrew Wisdom. He's got a little bit of trouble to his outside. Going to be Tom Harmon. The guy was pretty fast a little bit earlier. Tom Harmon right now down 18 spots after, I'm going to guess, a little bit of an issue. Or maybe just falling back on purpose, wanting to be there at the end. Maybe trying to conserve a little bit of fuel. Let's actually take a look around that Avril Lavigne Camaro, see if he's got any damage that we may have missed or what's going on. But yeah, let's take a look around that machine. Nothing on the right front. Don't see anything on the right rear. How about that left front? Nope, nothing on the left front. Nothing on the left rear. Maybe a little bit of a little bit of scuff around the number, but that could just be rubber from the track. Let's take a look. Looking back, and nothing on the hood, so it might just be falling back a little bit, as you see him battling right now with the 34 of Jordan McGraw to his inside. But again, he's going to be able to get back on the throttle first, put Jordan McGraw right behind him, and Andrew Wisdom, he's going to continue to plug away. Good job. New leader up front, talking about the 43 of Matt O'Brien. Matt O'Brien looks like. Let's see how this pass happened. Let's go ahead. There you see the one up by the wall. Let's go ahead and bring this on back. We'll rewind it just a little bit. I think he might have set him up coming up off the corner. Let's go ahead and play it out. Yeah, Matt just with a full head of steam coming up off the corner at the line. The one led that lap going into turn number 1 side by side. 43 just able to send it and taking the lead. Let's go ahead and bring it back. So add Matt O'Brien's name to the leader, to the name of those that have led a lap so far. But how about this guy right here, P number 2, the 25 of Ryan Crooks. He's now up 11 spots into P number 2, and he is hunting. You absolutely see him catching that 43 pretty fast, running right there in the tire tracks. I think it's really just going to be a matter of time before he puts that EMGG Camaro in the wind and leading a lap for himself. I mean, he's all over the back tailgate of that number 43, just kind of biding his time. Right now, he might have just a little bit of dirty air to deal with, but if he can run just a little bit of a line underneath him, as he's going to go ahead and do that, at the line, still going to be the 43, but going into turn number 1, 25, down low, absolutely sending it, full send, 25, 43 is going to try to get back in the gas. Is he going to be able to do it? So far, it says nope. Move that 2.5 to the front. Ryan Crooks now leading, as you can imagine that EMGG watch party going crazy. So Brody Falker back to P number 3. Nate Mon in this double deuce, this sun drop double deuce. He's going to move himself back up to right where he started in P4. Evan Knopp now down 2 spots, sitting P5 in the 63. But yeah, Ryan Crooks able to work his way all the way through from P13 up to the lead. And again, that clean air has got to feel great on the hood of this Camaro. Top 5 look like they're really starting to drive away. All going back to Evan Knopp behind them. You see Jimmy Cocker in this number 31 Virginia Tech machine sitting P number 6. And how about John Honeycutt? Where did he come from? We were watching just a little bit ago, and he was way in the back. I'm not sure if I missed a round of pit stops or what. Working lap 48, I think. Most people came down during one of the 2 cautions that we've had so far. But John Honeycutt up 23 spots to sit in P number 7, lucky number 7, as he's a little high on the track, just trying to conserve just a little bit. And it looks like Jimmy Cocker's going to go ahead and try to throw that to his inside. I'm sorry, that's not Jimmy Cocker. That's going to be Maxwell Castro. Going to go ahead and throw it to his inside and try to take that spot away. And here comes Tom Flitcroft in that Peeps machine. Did he just tag the wall there just a little bit? Didn't see any smoke. But he's going to lose a couple of spots as well to John Honeycutt and company. James Holzer now up to P number 9, up 35 spots. Really continuing to work his way through this field, picking them off one by one. 17 throwing it down low. You see the 50 up high. 50 is going to have no recourse but to just let the 17 go. Fall in right behind him. And this is where you pretty much just go to school. If you know you got somebody faster than you, you want to do everything that you can to try to mimic his line, mimic where he's able to get back on the gas, where he might be where he might be rolling out of the throttle to get into the corners. But this 17, bad fast as always. Now up to P8, up 35 spots, and doing Holzer things. Maxwell Castro right in front of him in this number 27 Camaro. Maxwell also up a decent amount of spots, up 10 spots, sitting P number 7 in this number 27. There you see the 31 Virginia Tech machine for Jimmy Cocker. He's going to fall victim possibly to this 27. Castro getting a decent run up and off the corner. Is he going to go ahead and throw it low? Yes, he is. Down into the corner. 27, 31 just keeping it up. 17 able to draw a bead. He sees this battle. We'll see if Holzer can get on up there. Flickcroft doing the same thing now, trying to get underneath the 50 of John Honeycutt. Through and across through the tribal, across the start stripe, working lap 53 of 115, getting closer and closer to halfway. What a race so far. Ryan Crook still leading, Matt O'Brien still P2, Nate Mon now sitting P3, Evan Cadet P4, and Brody Falliker P5, as that scoring pylon continues to cycle on the left-hand side, able to keep up where everybody's at. All right, let's go a little bit further back in the pack. Kind of pick up with this double and triple wide action. There you see the 64 of Eliza Bethel down low. To her outside is going to be Tom Harmon. And he's trying to get Avril Lavigne to maybe sing an extra loud tune, as trying to scare her half to death. Now looks like he's got one more to the outside, but yeah, Eliza Bethel still putting on one hell of a show as always. It's right on board with her for a lap or two. Go ahead and crank it up. All right, let's get back at it. Again, big thank you to Frozen Toes, Eliza Bethel, for everything that she does with this Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series. Main, well, not main, the owner in main admin. A little bit of contact. We got one up in the wall. I'm not quite sure if that's going to bring out caution or not. I don't believe so. Oh, no, but we do have another one up in the wall. That's not going to be Eliza. Who is that going to be? Let's see. Duncan O'Connor, maybe? Let's see if we can find out. Let's go ahead and rewind that. See exactly what happened with Duncan here. Let's go ahead and stop it. Let's switch on over here. There we go. And let's play it out. Find out exactly what happened. Did he just get loose in his deuce? 64 down low, no contact there. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 23 of Jose Ruiz, and tries to save it, just gets away from him, ends up pounding the outside wall and then back down onto the apron. Very unfortunate for the 2. Hold on, don't hit that wall. But I'm guessing that damage that he got from the outside wall was enough to make him go ahead and tow it. So let's go ahead and bring it back live. We're starting to see around the green flag pit stops, Eliza Bethelin, Ryan Crooks, Zach Deutscher, Andrew Sanford, Philip Bridgman, Ryan McCall, and others coming on down pit road to grab 4 brand new Eagle Fuel Goods, fill it up with that Sunoco E15 fuel. Nate Mon also coming on down pit road. John Honeycutt, Francis Hamilton, Jordan McGraw, so many others. And with all that being said and done, let's give the lead over to Matt O'Brien in this number 43, now up 8 spots to go ahead and take this Focus Factor machine to the lead. Now, looks like he's going to try to whoa it up, slow it up, not wreck it. Excuse me, not wreck it out. Come on down pit road. I believe pit road speed was a cool, calm, and collected 50 miles per hour. So with all that being done, new leader, Maxwell Castro in this number 27. And I've seen this paint scheme. I believe that's his Next Level Racing Gear paint scheme, which is actually the racing rig that I use personally, believe it or not. It actually, you know what, I don't know if I can do this or not. Let's see here. Let's see, where is it? There you go. Oh, it's the iRock thing is in the way. Hold on. All right. I'm not sure if you can read right here, Next Level. Yep. All right, that's actually the equipment that I personally race with. The Next Level FTG series, I believe is what it's called. But yeah, let's kill the camera. All right, let's bring up our logo one more time. That's not the logo that I wanted. There we go. All right, so 27 Next Level Racing machine for Maxwell Castro in. That's going to hand the lead over to the one and only James Holzer. So Holzer now all the way up through the field after starting dead last. Up 43 spots to put that EMGG Camaro in the win for himself. Grab a point for leading and try to stay out. Maybe catch a caution, something like that. You see the 25 Ryan Crooks right behind him. However, that's not for position. Crooks right now is not in P2. Crooks is actually in P11 as he's trying to come on by Holzer with those 4 brand new Eagle Feel Good. So that's going to put him back on the lead lap if a caution should come out right now. But that's exactly what the 17 is hoping for. A caution would come out. He'll be able to come on down pit road and retain a whole lot of track position. But we'll see how this works out. A little bit of contest to the outside. I believe that's going to be the 16, if I'm not mistaken. 16, he's a little bit further in the back right now. I believe the 16, that's going to be Dylan Robb. That just got by our leader. Now Holzer, he pit during one of those cautions. That's why so far he's able to stay out just a little bit. Holzer pit on lap 11. So if you figure these guys were able to go about 50 laps on a tank of fuel, not saying the tires can make it that long, but if they were, they'd be able to go about 50 laps on a full tank of fuel. 17 looks like he's going to try to whoa it up a little bit, maybe not. 33 right behind him. That might have actually been the reason that Holzer maybe decided to go on down pit road and then said, no, I'm not going to do that, because if he had started to check up, he might have been worried about getting run over by the 33. So we'll have to see if Holzer comes on down pit road this time. Brandon Book right now in this number 5 machine. He's sitting P2. He's a good, He's a good 2 seconds behind Holzer. Micah Allard, another 4 seconds back. Collins, 9 seconds back, and Brian Pizzikemi in this number 78 machine that's up high with the 36 down low. He is P number 5, as it looks like Brendan Book in his number 5, he has come on down pit road. To the attention of his crew, you see the right side going up, and he's going to get his service taken care of. As you can see now on that track map, there are cars everywhere on this track. Everybody doing their thing. Austin Collins now coming on down pit road, as well as others. There's Micah Allard. James Holzer still leading, still has not come on down pit road. Looks like a few others thinking about coming on down to grab 4 brand new Eagle Fuel Goods, filling up with that Sunoco E15 fuel, and coming on back out. Micah Allard now leading, or trying to catch up to Holzer to take the lead. Sorry, the scoring pylon's kind of freaking out just a little bit with all the activity on and off of pit road, kind of giving a little bit of fake news, if you know what I mean. All right, so Austin Collins, he's going to come on down pit road, as well as a couple more. And might as well come on down while the speeds are still somewhat fresh. Whoa, that guy absolutely cooking it on the pit road, going down. I'm not quite sure who that was right there. I'm not sure if that wasn't Philip Bridgman. I'm not sure who that was that just completely cooked it into the pits. Wasn't PJ O'Leary. It wasn't Nate Mon. I'm not sure who that was. I don't believe it was. It might have been the 17th. So we'll have to see if Holzer actually ends up with a speeding penalty. Because not only did he blow it past the line, but he actually ended up going out into the grass. So he's gone ahead and pulled it into his pit stall. I'm not quite sure how starting last he gets stall number 1, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. So there you see the left side's going on. Let's see if he comes right out. Yeah, so no speeding penalty for Holzer. That is absolutely amazing considering how fast he came on the pit road. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, the 25 Ryan Crooks now leading the way after pitting on lap 59. So working 71 right now. So he's already 12 laps into his tires and his fuel run. We'll have to see where he can go. I believe he should be able to go the rest of the way when they're saying that these guys can go about 50 laps on fuel. But they cannot, from what I heard, cannot go 50 laps on tires. Fuel, no issue at all. Tires, that's another thing. Matt O'Brien sitting P2, Nate Mon P3, Evan Knopp P4, Mike DeWalt back here in this number 19 DeWalt machine sitting P number 5. Mike DeWalt last pit on lap 56, so he's actually, everybody else above him pit on like lap 59 or 61, so he came in first of these guys, and he'll start to fall off a little bit as that race goes on. Again, big look from high above in the iRock TV blimp, and just keeping an eye on Atlanta Motor Speedway. Again, this is the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series live from Atlanta. Again, this is not the Super Speedway. We're talking about Legacy Atlanta Racing, where it's all right back in the driver's hands. You can see that, like, looks like the sun has come back out, not mostly cloudy anymore. We were looking at 108 degree temp earlier. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. It's actually come down a degree, so it hasn't quite warmed up since the cloud cover has gone away. 84 degree air temp, so that's pretty much stayed as it was as these guys continue to race it out. Let's go ahead and kind of work our way through the field just a little bit. Again, Ryan Crooks really doing an amazing job. If you catch this driver on Thursday nights with the iRock Challenge Series, they've been running the trucks this season so far. This man has been very tough. If I'm not mistaken, he's actually leading the points, trying to go for the lion's share of $5,000 in that series. They all put in $100 to bet that their competitive spirit and their driving ability can come out on top. And so far, Ryan Crook's been doing one hell of a job. Matt O'Brien right behind him in P number 2 from Sterling Heights, Michigan. He's trying to get underneath and continue to work his way through. Matt O'Brien right now 1.4 seconds behind Ryan Crooks. Nate Mon back here in this double deuce, just now coming across the start stripe. And right now he's sitting P3, so he's got the last step on the podium if the race was to end right now, and he continues to race it on. P4 rather, Evan Knopp and his on board with Brody Falliker just a little bit behind. Brody, again, fastest man in I guess you could call it happy hour, which is only 10 minutes long, but very, very fast so far, staying mostly inside the top 5. Jimmy Cocker a little bit further in the back in his number 31 Virginia Tech machine. Again, amazing paint scheme on this driver for tonight. He says exit light, enter night, and yeah, he's trying to knock out the rest of the field. Mike DeWalt back here a little bit further in this number 19 Toyota from Peoria, Illinois. Right now sitting P7. He is up. He's up 4 spots. Top Flickcroft. He is down 3 spots after starting P number 5 from Henderson, New York. Running little Easter color if you want to say that. Right now sitting P8 again, down 3. Right behind him, down 8 spots, is going to be Tom Harmon in this number 68, as he's got a little bit of fresh air in front, a little bit of a gap back behind, so he just really has to worry about his racing line. Not much else going on. Behind him, Francis Hamilton and John Honeycutt from Orlando, Florida. John Honeycutt up 19 spots, sitting P11 and trying to continue to pick up spots and set them down. Eliza Bethel back here in P12 after falling 6 spots. Again, doing pretty well from Team FTR out of the great state of Ohio. Not sure if she's a Go Buckeyes fan or not, but looking pretty good so far. James Holzer, after staying out to lead a few laps, right now he is sitting P13, up 31 spots in his EMGG machine. He's got the 5 of Brendan Book right behind him from Sterling Heights, Michigan. I don't believe Brendan Book led a lap. I could be wrong, but right now he's 14th, up 27 spots right behind Holzer. Again, that is up 31. And then behind both of these guys, got Andrew Wisdom, guy that's racing a little under the weather, sitting in P15 and up 3 spots. Ryan McCall in his Shaboom, number 30, up 13 from Bear, Delaware. You see him going on down the backstretch. I thought that was possibly him down on the apron, but not so much. Able to keep it up on track and continuing to climb his way forward. Up 26 spots, sitting P17 right now is going to be the 61 for Micah Allard. He continues to move. Again, one of the biggest movers, as he's going to go ahead and take that spot away on the up on the high side. Jordan McGraw right behind, by a little bit out of Bridgeport, Texas. That's going to be P18, up 8 spots. Down 7 in the 93 is going to be Joseph Berg. And then to round out your top 20, up 25 spots, Andrew Sanford, San Diego, California, and he's got his own little caricature there for his profile picture. So that is that's your top 20. Back up front though, it's all Ryan Crooks out of Madison, Alabama, with a decent, just under second lead from Matt O'Brien. If you caught most of last year, you saw these two battling it out, but usually it was behind the 17 of Holzer. Right now, Ryan Crooks putting on one hell of a show. Matt O'Brien, Nate Mon, going to round out your top 3. All right, let's go ahead and clear the driver info. We're going to keep going through the field, see if we can't find a little bit more going on, and see if we can't find some great battles. But as you can see by the track map, very, very spread out all the way through this 1.5-mile juggernaut. All right, let's go ahead and hide that away. And let's so that was all the way back through our top 20. How about Jeff No back here in 22nd? Right now, Jeff No rocking the number 55. Didn't really get a chance earlier to get up close and personal, but he's rocking the TJ's Team Foundation, morethan-a-cape.org. I've known Travis Anderson and his fight with TJ's team, talking about TJ, his little boy that unfortunately lost his battle with pediatric cancer several years back, and Travis is absolutely all about helping. There was a race for a cause that we did a little ways back for Sophia the Fierce. How could I forget that? And TJ, he showed up in the stream, dropped $600. $600 like that, just flat on it. And wish the little girl luck. She's from what I hear, she hasn't been doing all that well, but a lot of people still pulling for the one and only Sophia the Fierce out of New York. Big Buffalo Bills fan, and TJ's team absolutely there to show the support. All right, so behind Jeff No is going to be Derek Hilker in this number 7, presetups.com. Looks like Toyota Camry TRD. All right, chat. So we're working lap 88 of 115. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Ryan Crooks that's been able to, lead a decent chunk tonight? Matt O'Brien still stalking him right here. There's still just, 0.6 separating the two, and it's staying really steady. In fact, if we jump on board or jump to the nose cam of Matt O'Brien, that's that EMGG Camaro sitting right ahead of him. So that 0.6, 0.7 has been staying really steady. So I'm going to guess Matt O'Brien just trying to control race pace, and he'll get up there as soon as he can. You see, I believe that was the number 1 machine. Not 100% sure who that is that just jumped in front of Matt O'Brien. But you see that dirty air get dumped on his hood, and now he had to check up a little bit, trying to come up and off the corner. Not able to get back into gas when he wanted, and that's going to cost some time. Going to have to go ahead and try to throw it low, and it looks like Ryan Crooks is going to have his hands full very soon. And nope, that's going to be the 24 of PJ O'Leary that's going to try to get around the outside of this 2.5. So PJ O'Leary right now fighting for that lucky dog spot. But if he can get his lap back the old-fashioned way, that's exactly what he's going to do. No issue to the 2.5, but all that did was maybe pull that 64 up just a 43 up just a little bit. So yeah, you see that gap between Crooks and O'Brien dropped from 0.7 down to 5. How about the 5 of Brendan Book, just a little bit further back right now, sitting in P number 12, up 29 spots, really doing everything that he can in this Cincinnati Camaro. He's got just a string of cars behind him, a whole lot of separation now on track. I mean, it's, except for turns 1 and 2, there are literally cars everywhere on track right now. Eliza Bethel, a couple spots back right now, sitting P15. Looks like she's got just a little bit of trouble to her inside. That was going to be the 79. 79 right now, I believe he's down a little bit. Yep, that's going to be Cody Kalinka in that nationwide Camaro right ahead. You got the 61 of Micah Allard, and then that 48 also right in this mix. So 48 Tigers machine, he's up high. 79 is going to try to go ahead and throw it low, little extra wheel, so he didn't wash on up into that Tigers machine, and they're going to come side by side, screaming across the start stripe. All right, so chat, who's it going to be? Who's going to grab this W? I need to know. Who do y'all have? I see 20 to 30 of you out there between Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and iRock TV through your favorite Roku streaming device. Who's it going to be? Who's got the W tonight? Is it going to be Ryan Crooks? Is it going to be a Holzer? Is it going to be a Honeycutt? Is it going to be a Nate Mon? Who's going to go ahead and grab this? Mao says, Crooks! There you go. There is this 2.5 again. All kinds of clean air on this EMGG Camaro. And it looks like O'Brien may have had a little bit of an issue. He's now 1.3 seconds behind. So I'm not quite sure if this 20 Yahoo machine, being a little bit of a Yahoo and getting in the being a little bit of a Yahoo and getting in the way. Not sure. Charizard says Crooks as well. Ninja or Maze says Holzer. We'll have to see. Holzer's definitely been the man. He got it done last week rather, from Phoenix in a lobby where those cars were an absolute handful to drive. I believe there was like 15 cautions on the evening, and it was just there were cars getting loose in areas that you normally would not see. And just that little bit of banking coming through the dogleg without actually going down on the apron through the dogleg. Just the part of the track that kind of dipped inwards. You know, a little bit of banking right there. I saw cars getting loose right there where you'd never seen it before. So those cars last week were just an absolute handful to drive. Jimmy Cocker back here again in this number 31 Exit Light Enter Night Virginia Tech Camaro. Again, beautiful, beautiful car. I'd love to see what this car looks like at night under the lights, just to see how much this thing would pop. Here comes that 17 of Holzer right behind him, up 38 spots. I believe that would put Holzer in position to be the biggest mover all race, considering he started in the back. Right now, this is for P6. You see the 31 come on up, put the block on, dump a little bit more dirty air on the hood of that Camaro. He's going to go ahead and send it, full send, into that bottom line. Can he get back in the throttle, though? 31's not going to be able to do anything with him. Move Holzer up to P5, up 39. Holzer continuing to dig, and now just 6.3 seconds back. 17 laps to go. In front of that 17 to go, you see at Racing SNB. Please, guys, go on over to Twitter, add Shake and Bake Racing, at Racing SNB. They will follow you back and keep up with everything that's going on with this community. They do one hell of a job week in and week out. The issues they had last week, way out of the norm. You might see something like that at some of the shorter tracks when you've got a full 43-car field, but not necessarily at the four-corner Phoenix International Raceway. Very, very odd setup for that track last week. So in front of Holzer is going to be Evan Knopp in his number 63 Mountain Dew Pitch Black Toyota TRD Camaro. You see the 20 kind of flash just ahead of him. That's going to be Frank Winnisett in that Yahoo machine. That is not a battle for position. Winnisett is one or more laps down, just trying to be the lucky dog. All right, let's widen this back out again and go a little bit further in the back and see if we catch up. How about the one and only Jeff No? Old Stout Whiskey up 17 spots in his 55 TJ's Team machine. Right now sitting P18. So Jeff No doing a pretty good job here at a very, very rough track. Since coming over from console, Jeff No has not had any kind of a lucky horseshoe to hang inside or on the dash of any car he's been driving in a lot of league races. Jeff has had a lot of very, very unfortunate luck. So far, so good for driver 5-5. I'll have to see if he can get this machine up at least a few more spots. Now sitting P13, now back to P14. PJ O'Leary in that 2-4 we saw getting on by the 25 Ryan Crooks, able to move on up just a little bit. He'd like a few more. He's sitting P21, up 4 spots. He'd like to maybe see a caution come out and some go on down pit road. Maybe try a little bit of strategy. Maybe stay out depending on how he's feeling with the tires. But at the Legacy Atlanta, you're coming down every chance you get unless you're just clamoring for points. All right, so Ryan Crook still leading, not missing anything there. Brendan Book a little bit further in the back with Mike DeWalt sitting P24 as it looks like one car getting a little loose, coming through the grass right ahead of him. They're going to go 3 wide. 19 Flex Volt machine. There you see the 68 for Tom Harmon. Harmon having an unusually difficult night. Normally we see him much further up. I believe right now Harmon is he's sitting P7, so it's not that bad. You see the one right behind him. That is a battle for a position. That's going to be Brody Falliker. We talked to him earlier in the race. So this is a battle for P7, trying to pick up a few more spots to maybe get a hold of Holzer to take the top 5 away. 11 laps to go. We are getting closer and closer to single digits. Ryan Crook still leading, Matt O'Brien P2, Nate Mond P3, Evan Knopp, and James Holzer, again, up 39 spots, sitting P5. Little bit of a battle here. Tom Flitcroft in his number 8 Peeps machine. He wants to get into this. Tom Flitcroft right now sitting at P9, down 4 spots from where he started. Again, Brendan Book right behind him. That is also a battle for position. 8's going to slide up, maybe. Nope. Gonna second guess that. But right now, the 15 of Andrew Wisdom just really waiting to see which line is going to move as these guys ahead are side by side all the way through the corners. Five's going to be able to take the advantage with that high side momentum. 15's going to have no choice but to fall in. Just kind of ride in the wake of the number 8. Behind these guys, the 61 of Micah Allard. He is up 31, sitting P12. So the 43, let's go ahead and take a look from his nose cam. And just really looks like Crooks has absolutely checked out. 3.1, 3.2 between Crooks and O'Brien. Behind Matt O'Brien is going to be Nate Mond. Nate can see the 43 very easily. Nate doing pretty well. He's up 1 spot after starting P4. James Holzer, he could see both of them. I don't know if he's going to have enough to get on up there with just 8 laps remaining, but we might see Holzer at the bottom step of the podium. But unless Crooks has some kind of an issue, it's going to be all Crooks all night long. You see the 19 of Mike DeWalt come on by Holzer. That was not a battle for position. That 19 on some newer tires than Holzer. Evan Knopp would be the next guy to try to take a spot. And there you see that EMGG Camaro right in front of him. It's kind of interesting, yo. Last season we saw Ryan Crooks. EMGG, if you ever went and watched their watch party, they picked it out, and I think they put it down perfectly when they said Ryan Crooks is the guy that always gets there a little bit later in the race. Well, Ryan Crooks has since stepped up his game. He's sitting on just about a 4,800 I rating, which is pretty strong. You know, when you consider the strength of field here in Shake and Bake to be just about a 3K, and him sitting on a 47, almost 4,800, he's definitely stepped up his game. Or stepped up his skill, stepped up his race since season number 1 ended. He was usually a little bit further back, battling for a top 5. Now really able to showcase his skill, showcase his talent, showcase the equipment that he uses to try to grab dubs week in and week out. And it's not only here on Monday nights, it's also on Thursday nights as well. When the iRock Challenge Series. The iRock Challenge Truck Series takes to the track week in and week out. Brian McCann in that series has been very, very strong. He won the season last year. He won last season, but he's definitely got a new contender in Ryan Crooks this season. Again, Matt O'Brien still running P2. Nate Mond, he's there. He's right there with him. He's definitely not getting away if we look with the onboard. Yeah, and as long as that 43's got to battle, Nate Mond is only able to get in just a little bit closer. Holzer doing nothing right now. He's not going to catch him with 3 laps remaining. So it looks like so far, unless something happens with our top 3, we'll be talking to Nate Mond first, Matt O'Brien P2, and then Ryan Crooks as your overall race winner. But you got to give this guy right here, James Holzer, a whole lot of credit, moving up 40 spots, starting 43rd to try to grab the W. Missed qualifying because of his work schedule. He literally has to rush home, turn on the sim, get in. Normally doesn't have much time to run a few practice laps, and he's got to go ahead and start. So Again, he's doing this machine really, really proud. EMGG definitely has one hell of a team to contend with week in and week out. Ryan Crooks, 2 laps remaining. Next time by, he will go ahead and take that white flag, unless a caution should happen to come out before that, which I don't see happening because the field is just too spread out. Coming off turn number 4, he's going to dive it across underneath the flag stand. 1 lap remaining, brought to you by iRock TV, presented by, and man, definitely got to thank Brian Reek for all of his support in this series week in and week out. So there we go, the 25, all by himself. Nobody anywhere near him. He doesn't have to deal with any kind of dirty air on the hood. Nobody up his trumpet. He's going to come through the tri-oval, and Crooks will win at Atlanta. Matt O'Brien does come in P2. Nate Mon P3, Holzer P4, and Jimmy Cocker brings that Virginia Tech machine across the stripe. P number 5, up 5 spots from where he started. Evan Knott, Brendan Book, Brody Falker, Tom Harmon, and Andrew Wisdom are your top 5, or top 10. 43 going to pull underneath. A little bit of congratulations. Hear him get on the throttle, just throw it in neutral, rev the engine a few times. Big old congratulations. Let's go ahead and clear the board for this driver. Ryan, it's all yours, sir. Burn him down. There you go, buddy. Dial up that brake bias and get her spinning. Good job. Clip that right there. Amazing donuts by the one and only Ryan Crooks. Big congratulations. Showing that EMGG glitch on the side. And I'm sure, as they would say, go to glitch.com, put in code EMGG for 25% off, I believe. Why not? Big congratulations again to this driver right here. Wonderful display of skill. All right, so we're going to wait for Nate Mon and Matt O'Brien as well as Ryan Crooks to work their way on up. Hey, there you go. Let her pop. Absolutely. All right, guys and girls, we will be right back with our top 3. We're going to start off with Nate Mon, work our way up to Matt O'Brien, and then, yes, Ryan Crooks, the man of the hour, as Flitcrofts and everybody else saying their congratulations. All right, we'll be right back. Don't nobody go nowhere. right, welcome everybody. Thanks for definitely sticking it out with me. Working with the double deuce, the one and only Nate Mon, up one spot after starting P4. So Nate, that tells me that you had one hell of a rocket ship all night long, just really able to keep that Camaro. In fact, Camaro run, you, Matt O'Brien, and Ryan Crooks, that we'll be speaking with, Holzer P4 and Jimmy Cocker P5. So it's an all bow tie top 5. Had to be one hell of a run for you. I mean, that sun drop machine just looked very, very, very fast. I know that you were able to lead a couple laps in and out of the green flag fuel stop or fuel run that we had. Talk us through your race, please.
Yeah, I honestly from the start, I was just trying to be a little patient. Honestly, was just hanging out behind Matt for that whole first run. I know he's got pretty good race pace, doesn't burn it up too bad. So I was just trying to hang with them best I can in the draft. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was all about just keeping the rear tires underneath, not getting them too hot. I feel like you got them too hot one time. It was kind of tough to cool them back down and keep up. But yeah, I mean, I felt pretty quick. Felt like I was shredding the right front there pretty bad on that second run. But it worked out for us. Just kind of stayed patient all night.
I'm kind of glad that you mentioned the right rear and the right front. For a while there, right around the middle of the race, we saw the cloud cover completely come in, and the entire track went gray. We were watching the track temp teeter between like 110 and 107. How much did that change the handling of your car as the track cooled down and then heated back up again?
Yeah, I mean, as it cools down, it's definitely going to add a little bit more grip. But honestly, I couldn't have told you the difference between 4 degrees there when that happened. Just still felt like it was on a knife's edge at all time. 110, 107, whatever it was at, still pretty warm for a track.
Yeah.
I think in practice and qualifying, the temps were about 90. So, definitely a big jump up there in temp. But yeah, it was a fun race. Glad it stayed green there at the end for us.
Well, they don't call it Hotlanta for nothing, man. Congratulations on this top 3. It's going to be going to go ahead and pull up the schedule that we're looking forward to for next week. We're going to COTA, so we're going for our first road course. Is this a matter of contention for you to where you'll have to spend a few extra hours on iRacing or on the sim during the week to get ready, or you one of the ringers looking forward to the first road course?
Oh, definitely not one of the ringers. I enjoy road course racing. Not something I'm really good at, but always looking to improve on it. These stock cars are definitely a lot harder on a road course, in my opinion, than like a GT3 car.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just gonna be about not locking them up again. Same kind of thing, right? Not getting the rear tires too hot, so you're spinning coming out of the corners. But yeah, I mean, we'll put some practice in over the next week and see how it goes.
All right, Nate. Always great to talk to you, man. Definitely love that sun drop Camaro that you put out on the track, and we'll talk to you again maybe next week when we go road course racing. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get a shout out
Yeah,
for?
absolutely. Yeah, I'd like to thank our family down in Wilmington. I know I was glad to put 2 podiums in a row together for them to watch. Hopefully kept it exciting for them there at the end. As always, like to thank my fiance. I know she actually is watching tonight. I don't think she made it last week, but she is watching in the other room tonight. So, definitely always great to have support all around, and makes it a lot more fun as well.
There you go. Congratulations again, sir.
Thank you so much.
You got it, buddy. All right, we're going to move on up, and we're not talking about the east side. We're talking about Matt O'Brien in that number 43, up 7 spots. Matt, I said just before we came back on, I'm still used to you rocking the Cloud 9 colors in the number 20, and you said, well, you'll just have to suck it up and move on, and indeed I will. One hell of a race, Matt. You started inside the top 10. You pretty much stayed there all night long. What more did you need to get on up there? It seemed like for a little while you were staying between like a half second to a second behind Ryan, and then all of a sudden he just pulled away. Was it lap traffic? I know that mixed in a little bit, but was it just that, or did you start to fall off a little bit?
A combination of things. I was trying to push pretty hard to because Crooks put it a few laps earlier than me, so I knew he was going to be super tight on fuel. So Was gonna, if I could, I was hoping to run hard and try to force him to run out, but because I finished with like less than a gallon of gas, so I know he put it 2 laps earlier than me, so I know he had been super close. So, but I'll probably be the only guy complaining about the car being tight, because the car was pretty tight for me. I don't really know what I was doing wrong there, but still a solid result.
I'll tell you what, you talk about having a gallon left. Derek Hilker just put out there in chat that he had 0.5, so not even a gallon left in the tank. So it sounds like a lot of people really playing the fuel strategy in order to get this race done. Another very, very solid race for you, though. I mentioned during the stream that last season it seemed like you and Ryan and a few others were around each other all season long, and nothing has changed. Here you are again, top 2, but this time Ryan able to come away with the win. Next week going to Coda. Looking forward to it or not so much?
I won't be here the next 2 weeks, so. Yeah, no, I gotta worry more about making starts than the playoffs than anything else. So, but if I were to be at Coda, if anything but a top 5 would be a failure. So.
Okay, all right. Well, buddy, congratulations. Way to keep the shiny side up on that 43. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out, sir?
I had to shout out to my team.
All right, fair enough. Short, but
Duncan. Yep.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Again, always good to talk to you. All right. So we're going to the top. We are going to the tippy top of the Chrysler Building, talking to the one and only Ryan Crooks, up 12 spots in that EMGG number 25. Ryan, you were able to pull the strategy. I think you stayed out and you came in at the most opportune time to where you were going to get the most out of your tires. You inherited the lead. You pulled away. There was a little bit of lap traffic that at least it looked like to me, came into play between you and the 43. What was it about your Camaro that was just on rails, sir?
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we came down and we took the lead on the first run, kind of later in the run, and I typically have pretty good long run speed here, just basically throttle control. I mean, like, this is one of the very few tracks where you got to break it all the way down to the percentage you get in the gas. I mean, like, there's a huge difference between 10% or 30% more you get in the gas and what it's going to do to the car on the long run. So, yeah, I typically these fuel mileage races normally get me, and I started hearing out a couple guys that were going to go ahead and start pilling off, and they're typically guys that normally from racing with them have pretty good strategies. So I felt like if they were pulling off, they thought they were pretty good on gas. So I just went ahead and chanced it, and I think I crossed the line with like maybe 0.7 of a gallon left, so it was really close. But yeah, I don't really know. I think it's just the car's really tied in all the way to about the center, and then after that you can kind of use the gas to get it rotated, and then from there it's really just throttle control. So we did a practice run here, I'd say probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Some of the S&B guys got together. I think Eliza set it up for us, and she also had a lot of pace too. So yeah, just use that to kind of just help out and working long run pace for short run speed, just not losing track position, and put it all together today. Really happy to get a win here in Shake and Bake. This is a really hard competitive lead to win in.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just really happy to go ahead and punch the ticket to the playoffs and bring home a dub.
Yeah, Coda next week. Road course. Very, very technical. A lot of up and down. A lot of sweeping corners when we're talking about getting to the bottom of hills. You looking forward to a little road course racing, or just like I asked both Matt and Nate before you're going to spend a little extra time in your sim getting ready for next Monday night?
Yeah, I love road course races. Doesn't mean I'm the best at them, but yeah, I really enjoy it. Love the technicality of it. I hopped in the next gen for, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 laps before the session opened tonight, and definitely got some work to do, to say the least, but kind of got more comfortable. So got to put in just a little bit of work, get more comfortable, and try to just keep it clean. Those races typically not going to get a caution, so it kind of gets spread out, really just making sure no mistakes on pit road, staying on the track, and typically, you'll normally have a pretty good run.
I know a few weeks ago you ran a road race in another series. We talk about the iRock Challenge series in the trucks. How much were you able to, or were you able to learn anything running the truck on the road course, and will that transfer over to COTA next week here in the next gen cars?
Yeah, it's a great question. So when I joined that race, I was really expecting. I thought I was going to compete for a win for sure, and I joined the practice session, and I was waiting to look at the practice times just to compare because I kind of got a good idea on what my best was. We were at Road America.
Yep.
And I jumped in and immediately saw I was third or fourth, but I was so far off the pace from the top guys. So I spent a lot of time just in practice watching their cockpit views, kind of watching how they get down in the corners, their shift points, and learned a lot. Was able to pick up a lot of pace. It's really hard to translate it to the next gen. The next gen just handles so much different. It's got more power, and it's really just like a brick. I mean, you're driving something almost like a boat. So. But there's a lot of comparables in terms of how you brake, when you brake, kind of the strategy there. So, yeah, I learned a lot, and hopefully I can put it together next week for a good finish and just keep a good spot in the points.
All right, Ryan. Big congrats, man. Way to keep the shiny side up on that EMGG Camaro all night long. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get out, sir?
Yeah, big thanks to you. Glad having you back in the booth. We missed you last Thursday night, so always enjoy having you in. Thank you to everybody that puts this league on. Super competitive group of guys, really fun. Big shout out to EMGG, Mao, Ninja in the chat, and also my teammate Holtz, man. Like Holtz will push you. You always want to beat him, and that last run, I was just waiting on him to go into third, so I was not resting at all. But yeah, the competition's great, and yeah, thanks to everybody that kind of puts this together for us.
All right, there you go. All right, so ladies and gents, this is going to do it from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Again, this was Legacy Atlanta, not the brand new Super Speedway juggernaut that this track has been turned into. A lot of drivers were appreciative that, Froze or Eliza Bethel and all the entire team of admins and drivers council. I mean, this community is very much a community. It's run in an extremely efficient manner. And I was glad that they decided to bring it back and put it back in the driver's hands, put it to Legacy Atlanta. One hell of a race. Definitely hope everybody out there enjoyed it. Definitely appreciate everybody that came out, hung out, was chatting up, keeping me and everybody else, company, the Flitcroft family obviously out there, Maze, Mao, Charizard, James Selner, and so many others, whether it's out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or of course through iRock TV. Again, if you haven't yet done so, go to your Roku TV or your Roku streaming device and look for the iRock TV logo, like you see there on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. They are the series sponsor for the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series and have signed on all season long. So big thank you to Brian Reek and iRock TV for doing that. You'll see those colors fly, no matter where we race throughout the season. So until COTA, big thanks one more time. Definitely appreciate it. And we will see y'all again from Circuit of the Americas, COTA, next week. Have a great evening. Thank you.